Welcome back, Baby Doll Buttercup. I've gone through many other chains. I've gone through heaps of different communities. And let me tell you something. You have to look at it from my perspective. I can tell you to be a normal, brain-sized human. You have a normal brain and you're in the middle of the curve, you can do the diversification strategy in crypto. I can tell you this. I can save my reputation. I can save all my friends and family, and I can tell you right now, you should divide your capital allocation into 20 pieces and then get one of each chain. I can tell you that. I can go tell you, yes, go on CoinGecko. Oh, why don't you go buy? Put some in XRP and then Cardano, then Doge, and then Solana, and then Polygon, and then Polkadot. We're going to go through these, by the way. And Avalanche. I can tell you to do that. But you're not going to win. Do you want to win, Habib? Would you like to win? Because you don't win when you have the market consensus portfolio. Because everybody is already in it. There is no edge anymore. Even if they go and do well, it doesn't matter because you aren't buying them at hated prices, depression prices. You are buying them at semi-friendship, semi-erect prices. You aren't buying them in the juiciest spots. So let me give you an example. If something, let's say Matic, for example, right? A lot of people like Matic. I own Matic, so Matic's $1 one day. Let's say in the next bull market, Matic is going to go to $5. But guess what? You don't want to buy Matic at $1 if it's going to $5. You want somebody to hate Polygon Matic. You want someone to think Polygon Matic is a Ponzi and a scam and it's a cult and I want nothing to do with it, so I'm going to give it to you for 10 cents. That's what you want. It's $1 now. There is a big difference between 10 cents and $1. You buy at 10 cents, you're going to get 50x. You buy at $1 when it's listed on every single major exchange and every single major YouTube and Twitter influencer says, oh, you got to own some Polygon Matic. Wow. What's your upside, man? Tell me. What's 1 times 5? It's $5. You're going to get a 5x. How disgusting is that? Do you understand the game? So you can play this game. I can tell you to go play this game, but I don't. So I had a baby doll, baby cape friend who said to me, half passive aggressive, they said, hey, there's other chains. Why don't you go talk about them? No, they're trash. I don't care about them. Give me depression prices and I'll start to talk about them because we are contrarian. We hunt for deep value. We want to see the light. We want to see the path. So yeah, opportunity. Oh, look, I'm telling you right now, it is rare that you are able to get a torpedoed, synthesized summary where someone like me, a baby doll, baby cake, buttercup friend can actually tell you, hey man, there's a cult and a religion and PulseChain and Hex ecosystem is still significantly undervalued compared to everything else. I'm not saying it's going to be undervalued in 2025 and 2026 and 2027. I'm not saying that. I don't know. Maybe they'll be overvalued. But today, past 12, 15 months, undervalued, easy. It's a diamond and people are selling them for pennies. With these other chains, they might be diamonds, but they're not selling them to you for pennies. They're selling them to you for a bit of a rough diamond cost. They're not giving it away. So let's proceed. I've got a quick summary here for you, and I'm going to read for you my comments. We basically go through everything, okay? So I want you to know the premise of this, okay? With Hex, you can participate in an undervalued, hated religious Ponzi cult asset where if it doesn't go to zero, it's going to go to the moon. You have asymmetric upside if it wins. And you participate in the upside of PulseChain and PulseX communities, which are still yet to launch, hopefully launching soon. And as they grow in 2024. And it's a cycle 1 coin. This is pristine, shiny, clean. Shout out to Pristine, by the way. You're a good baby doll friend. So it's a cycle 1 coin. It's new and it's shiny. want to go through these. Your eyes are going to open. And I've got to restate to you, okay, before I continue, because you're going to see some language here which might offend you, but I love you. You know, you come to me for the truth, okay? I want you to know, Binance, Polygon, all these other layer 1 chains, they do not have a sticky community. They don't. People happily bridge in and out between them. They don't really care. I want you to know as well, this may shock a lot of you, but I've owned every single one of those layer 1 coins. You can go to my profile, my baby doll profile, and you can go and you can click here, my little results here, and it'll bring you the results. These are the results. These are only the big winners that I decided to put over 4x. So you can go through, like obviously I owned Phantom. Phantom was one of the big winners. 10x on this is the second one. I think I bought it twice. Oh, here you go. Phantom number 2. The first time I got a 10x, the second time I got a 12x. So there you go. That's like 100x combined, right? So I've bought heaps of them. I bought BNB. Here's Matic. These are the winners, by the way, right? Solana, I got, what's Solana here? 74x. Solana, I got the mega one, 108x. Elrond, another layer 1 chain. I got 54x on Elrond. I've owned all of them. Chromia is another chain. How'd I make 34x on that? You see? I'm like, nah, I'll hold it to the end. You're a baby doll buttercup with a straight back and you're wearing your fluffy slippers. I just want you to know, I've owned all of them. I bought them all in 2020 before you even knew what a layer chain was, and didn't even really know what they were back then either. All right, I owned all of them. Of course, I owned Matic. How much did I make on Matic? 30x. So I've owned all of them. I don't have any bias. I would love to rebuy them. By the way, it's easier for me to rebuy them because I've already been in them. I already did the hard work. So I want you to know it's much more of a smoother, heavenly ride for me to just go revisit one of the old bags I bought because I don't have to do any extra homework. But I knew deep down, I feel it in my loins. I feel it in my pointy elbows, my pointy knees. I can smell it. I can smell diminished returns. I can smell that the communities are not sticky. I can smell no one really cares about these communities. I didn't see any Polygon Matic tattoos. I didn't see Phantom ladies out there. I see Hex ladies. I see Hex tattoos. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, well, I don't care about my reputation, so why don't you go buy a couple of the junk? No. If you want to win this game, you can't diversify. Diversification will keep you rich, but you've got to concentrate to actually make it. You know the game. That's it. If you want to be good at a sport, you can't go train in 4 sports. You got to go 100% at one. You know what it's like. I'm here to tell you. That's why you come to me for unbiased friendship, kindness, and buttercup, baby doll, handshakes. So just to let you know, man, let's go through. So I've gone through every chain. I'm just going to hit to summarize for you. You're going to hit every other chain. And I want to, before we go through this, remember, I am waiting for any of these chains to wake up and to provide opportunity for us. I will go in head first, balls first. So I've let you know everything else is garbage. It's true, man. Everything's garbage. That's it. All the members were sticky. And then they weren't. How about that? They were all sticky, quote unquote sticky in 2021. Yes, we are going to the moon. And I'm like, I don't believe any of it. That's how I go back and check my posts. How do you think I exited these? I sold the top in all of these. Phantom, all of these. They're great chains. I'm looking at them, I'm like, you know what? I don't think you guys are actually much of a believer of this ecosystem as you say you are. Euphoria. So look at this. Polkadot have a lot of developers, like 2,000 plus reported developers. It's an understated number. They still haven't made anything. I'm waiting for them to make something. They haven't made, what I mean by that is I want them to create a new innovative application and make the user interface for Polkadot easier so we can go bridge in and start using the wallets and all have fun, and it's not happening yet. Why? I don't know why. I'm a baby doll buttercup like you. I'm an outsider. I don't know why. It just hasn't happened yet. I'm on the sidelines. A lot of the VCs pump and dump it. And yeah, I owned Polkadot in the past bull market. Polkadot and Kusama. Polygon Matic. It's all spam transactions and fake NFTs. Yes, go check their OpenSea. There's a lot of scams. This is because it's so cheap to transact. They also have coffee sponsorships and it's not on a discount anyway. So this is the truth. I'm telling you. Coffee sponsorships is not going to pump Matic to the moon. Do you understand? Yes, you do understand. Getting sponsorships from establishment institutions is not going to do anything for the price. We already saw this in 2017. It did nothing. It was the final gasp of euphoria, and then it meant nothing for sustainability. And it makes sense because now you know by listening to me, please like, subscribe, bell button, all, you know it's all about the network effect. You need to get people coming in. You need to become a religious Ponzi. You need to outcast people who sell and who exit. When you're doing these coffee sponsorships, no one cares. There's no difference between a Polygon user and a Binance Chain user, which is the next chain we're going to look at. Binance Chain, old news, not on a discount. It's not on a discount. It's not cheap enough. What do I mean by a discount? Like, you can quickly check. I can show you, like, BNB ETH. BNB, I want to buy cheap, man. I don't want to buy this freaking trash where you've just gone up only. I know. Yes, give it to me cheap. Give it to me cheap. Here's a linear chart. I'm not, what the fuck? What the hell is this? This is, by the way, I'm not going to accuse anyone of anything, but I'm telling you right now. I've been in markets for 10 years, friends. This is not organic. All right. What you're seeing up here is not organic. This is something's going on here. But it could be Binance themselves rotated all their fees that they made in trading from 2022, and they've kept this to be bid. Okay, that's what I mean by that. So look at this. From the top, you're only 42% down. You want me to buy? Give me 90%, man. Give it to me here. Take it to me all the way there, and then give me a nice die off here, and then give me around the bottom, and then we get to go to the moon. Okay, that's what I want. Not this freaking 40%. So 40%. What are you risking? You're risking minus 70% to what make a plus 80%. Trash. You're risking 1 unit to make 1 unit. No, I don't care. Not good enough. There's no. Where's the value here? There's no value. Do you remember my example? I told you. Yes, Binance Chain might be a diamond, but they're not selling it to me for pennies. People don't call Binance Chain a Ponzi scam religious cult. And you might say, oh, that's good. And I'm here to tell you that's where you're wrong. You want them to be a religious cult Ponzi. You want them to be like that because that's where we get the biggest gains. Are you here to win or are you here to feel good? You can do both. Keep listening. Arbitrum already. Arbitrum is a layer 2 of Ethereum. Has affinity marketing to Ethereum. It's like, hey, we're Ethereum friendly. We already know it's fake decentralization. Unfortunately, my prophecy came true faster than I thought. And it was already a sell the news event. It's all rehashed Ethereum forks. So like, oh, let's fork Aave and let's just add this little tweak setting. All pump and dumps. Let's fork this meme. Pump and dumps. Let's fork this DEX. Do you know there's like 9 DEXs now? There's 9 perpetual trading exchanges as well on a... What the hell do you need all these? Well, you don't need them for. It's just that people they slap in a new logo. They're just trying to grasp the final bits of mid-curve money rotating around for the new thing. That's what they're doing. All right? That's what they're doing. So, and by the way, here's the unfortunate part. Their coins are already plus 700%. The coins on Arbitrum, they're already gone up. You needed to buy them last year. You needed to buy them back when we were in depression phase for crypto. And it's a sell the news event with the ARB token anyway. Okay, so it's all pump dumps. That's it. Pump dumps. Yeah, it's going to be some cool stuff coming. Do you know what it is? Because I don't. Because it's all random rehashed DeFi. They changed some new options, Premier, Delta Greek, and you know what the hell's going on. Where's the Arbitrum stickiness? You know, Arbitrum it's as good as you're going to get. But is it so sticky that people won't bridge? I think people will bridge out faster than you think. Optimism is just Arbitrum with no friends. It's the exact same thing. It's literally it. Solana, another chain. Solana's good. Solana, you'll know from 2022, Solana was absolutely hated and pooped on and vomited on. And I'm like, ooh. And I saw a lot of Ethereum maxis going like, Solana's worth nothing. And I was like, damn, this is a big contrarian trade. It wasn't as good as Hex as a contrarian trade, but it was a contrarian trade. And the ecosystem is going to be around, but you go explore it. Look at this, baby dolls. It's mostly NFTs. And they still need 12 to 18 months to rinse that PTSD. And it's cycle 2. All right. So, you know, like if you said to me, hey, man, I really want to diversify away from PulseChain or whatever a bit, what would I do? I'd say throw in some Solana. But even then, I want you to know, you're jumping the gun a bit. I just went through you. By the way, I'm also missing from here. Phantom is in the same camp. You also have Avalanche in the same camp. You also have Near in the same camp. There's another 3 layer 1 chains. They are exactly like Polygon, exactly like Binance, exactly like Polkadot. All this Arbitrum, all the same thing. Same. They're all just a cheaper Ethereum. That's all they are. A cheaper Ethereum with a community that's not sticky. Ethereum's community is sticky, obviously. They're very sticky. They got sticky hands too. Sticky pages. I want you to know, when you go through these, as a friendly reminder again, I owned all of them. I made money off them. They rewarded me. So I don't have any hatred. I'm here to tell you, I can see the light. I can see something clearly undervalued. I did not know it was possible to see this. When I came in and I started researching all these, I want you to know that when I saw these, I thought, wow, we might just have to buy like 6 of the best chains and hope that one of them does like 1000x. Unfortunately, it's not going that way, because you can't buy 6 of the best chains because there's like 30. And we know now how tough it is to stay relevant. It might be a world where one of these chains, one of them, there's so many, right? I just went through so many. One of these chains has like a little volcano burst. Someone on the chain makes a really cool application and everyone starts bridging in. And then there's activity. So we're waiting for that moment. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but that's what I feel like we should wait for it to do. So for now, you're thinking like, okay, instead of splitting all your money up everywhere, we're going to wait for a season to happen somewhere. And before that even happens, we already know a season's going to happen on PulseChain. I've also made videos on Chainlink, but Chainlink's network, me and you, they're not for retailers. Chainlink is the infrastructure. So you already know this. I've already made bullish Chainlink videos. That's it. You buy it, come back in 2-3 years, we're done. You don't do anything with it. Chainlink's network is not for me and you. Chainlink's network is for entrepreneurs. When they make an application and they want to make things cheaper, faster, better, more utilized and more smart around the crypto, they use the Chainlink network to help the users on every chain. But it's got nothing to do with them directly. There's no degenning here. Gaming and Metaverse. Okay. When was the last time you played a gaming crypto game that you actually like played for more than 14 seconds? Exactly. Okay. Our attention span's like a goldfish. This is tough. Maybe gaming, Metaverse, maybe they come around, they got a new iteration in the next bull market, but you know right now, take a step back, man. What are you going to do? What are you honestly going to do? You're going to tell me that this game's going to come save the world? People are going to get bored of it. But hey, it might be a bull market narrative. So these are very small, and you know already, like these games, man, people start to play with this stuff when Bitcoin's above 50K. We're not in that zone now. So yes, I think gaming is extremely undervalued as a sector, but what games? What are people going to like in 2 years? Very hard to tell, and while there are other opportunities, I think it's a waste of time to even try to pick them. Shibarium, you know I love Shibarium. Shiba Inu chain, they're smarty pants, they delayed it again because I know they're waiting for an opportunistic time. That leaves us with one thing, PulseChain. So this is why I'm telling you, PulseChain, Hex is minus 90% down from the top. Let's put on a linear chart. I like this. Hex is minus 90% down, and you can participate in a community that's sticky. And I'm telling you, my opinion might change in 2024, 2025, 2026. I have the right to reserve. I have every right to change my opinion on this. It could be overvalued at some point in the future, but today it's not. I don't think it is. I think it's such clear contrarian, stands alone by itself. It really is something on the hill shining by itself. For me, right now I can see it. Now, you know, one of my baby buttercup friends actually asked me, hey man, what would get you to change your mind? I'll tell you what would change my mind. All right. You put Hex at like 42 cents. I'm like, well, okay, now, you know, you're good, but you're not You're not giving me your diamond for a penny anymore. Your diamond is too fairly valued. You see, that's the game, friends. That's the game. You're buying in the depression, you're selling in euphoria. I'm not saying you sell at 40 cents. I'm just saying if Hex was around 40 cents, I'm like, well, you've got to buy something really good and pay a very fair price. You can't buy dirt cheap discount price. Now you can kind of see this is the game with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Nobody's going to give you Bitcoin at $5,000. Nobody's going to give you Ethereum at $500. 90% off the top. You know, went to $888 on that one weekend. Bang, went back up to $1,100. Who's going to give it to you for $500? They're not going to give you a diamond away for pennies. They're too mature. And I believe they're giving away Hex for pennies. That's it. It's easy. They're not giving away Matic for pennies. They're not giving away Binance. They're not giving Polkadot. They're not giving away diamonds for pennies. I can see it now. It's very clear. This might change in the future. Like I said, I'm so happy. Hey, Hex goes to 40 cents. I'm not saying, well, buy for lifetime. I'm saying, yeah, well, you know, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, my target might be $2. Put on a log chart. Yeah, that's right. You might not like it, but whatever. My target might be $2. I'm like, yeah, you know, it's good for me holding, but it's a 5x. How much do you want to go all in for a 5x? I'm telling you now, it's going to be tough up there for people to buy. And by the way, people are going to buy. I already know at $1, people are going to believe in the $30 narrative. That's what happens. People just rationalize anything. So I'm just letting you know, we've gone through all of these coins. None of these are uniquely special or anything. I've owned all of them. I own all these. I've owned way more coins than these. This is just the winners. Just the winners. I've gone through every single one. You can see, okay? So at the end of the day, you want to know, after all these coins, is there any other edge out there and what happens? Well, at the end of the day, man, all of these just come back to Bitcoin and Ethereum. You need Bitcoin and Ethereum to go up. That's it. Okay, this is Bitcoin's chart. I'm going to put the super trend. Let's put on a little log here. That's it. You know, Bitcoin is still weekly, green. By the time you see this video, maybe price has changed a bit. Who cares? As Bitcoin approaches this top zone at some point in the future, when we approach up there, the market will wake up. When we get up there, so this is what happens. You can't buy something cheap and expect the market to wake up now. I wish it would work like that, but it doesn't. You have to have this in mind. You buy something cheap, and what you say is, you remember, I always tell you, poopy heads and dingleberries, they invest based off today and yesterday, the past. If you're a baby doll buttercup friendship and a sugar pie, you invest based off the future. We're thinking of 2024. We're thinking of 2025. We're thinking of 2026. That's what we're thinking about. We're thinking about what's going to happen in the future. Where are we? Everybody's stuck looking at the past here. We're all the way out here. Where are we going to look? Always, constantly. So what I'm thinking is, and what I'm telling you is, the market wakes up. It starts to get more rational and smart and energetic when the biggest leader assets start to get expensive. That's when they start to wake up. Because then people think about relative pricing. That's when they have the luxury of thinking about it. Because right now they're thinking about, oh my God, we're going to zero. But it takes time. Once Bitcoin, so specifically what I'm telling you is when Bitcoin gets to like 40, 50, 60, 70K, around that zone, and it plays around, then the new people coming in, they're like, okay, I've entered this amazing industry. This is how Bitcoin's valued. And they're going to come in with this luxury going like, yeah, of course Bitcoin is $50,000. It's worth $1 trillion as an asset. That's 1/10 of gold. Do you see how I'm using these big buzzwords when really, like, you're talking a big game there, but we were all scared of us going to zero down here on the FTX collapse. But now when you've removed the fear and people are talking about, all right, there might be interest rate cuts in QE and more banking crises and more countries are going to adopt it. Once they start thinking like that, then they think about relative value. Then they think about, okay, where should Ethereum be? Where should the layer 1 chains of Ethereum be? How many people are coming into the Hex? How many people are bridging in? That's where people start to talk about all of these relative value metrics. Okay, but you got to get here first. How do you get here? You just buy here and just be quiet and just wait. That's it. You already know the answer. It's buy and hold. The answer is always buy and hold and do nothing. We're fleshing this out to make it entertaining. Look, all these coins everywhere, I've gone through them, baby doll friends. I've gone through them. None of them are hated. XRP's hated. XRP's hated. But XRP is fighting Ethereum. XRP doesn't have an EVM. That's the difference. But hey, it's hated. Maybe it shocks all of us. Maybe XRP actually goes to like $3.50 and it breaks the all-time high before everything else. I would love that. Wouldn't that be great? That would excite me if that happens. If XRP broke its all-time high before Bitcoin, because that would tell us, hey, when you leave something underpriced for so long, eventually the market catches up. And that gives us hope for all the other bags. But you can go through all of these. Dogecoin, no one thinks it's a Ponzi scam. You know, they might think it's uncool, but not a Ponzi scam. I've gone through these. Solana, Polygon, Polkadot, obviously Litecoin irrelevant, Tron, cheaper, faster type of Ethereum, just using USDT, waiting for Shibarium, Avalanche. There's none of these. I mean, the only one besides Hex, you told me, hey, you put a water pistol to my head, you say, I will squirt you right now if you don't be honest with me. If you couldn't pick Hex, PulseChain ecosystem that did not exist, what would you do? I'm looking at you right now. Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu. So you already have a negative reaction, go, oh, that looks risky. Yes, that's exactly what you want. Exactly what you want. The Shiba Inu community, very sticky. Very sticky. But a lot of scams on the chain. But as well, you got to find the good ones. Good thing is, we have other opportunities. We don't actually need to go with the degenerate casino playing the dog coin lovers up there. So we have a lot of opportunity. Oh, I mean, forgot Atom as well. Oh my God, Atom. Perfect example. Great technology, rivals Ethereum in tech, but the coin has no purpose. It's just a useless trash coin and no one cares about it. Look, it's ranked 2022. You know, based off tech, just to let you know, if you were actually, and I did own Atom, by the way. It's just not on my list because it freaking went nowhere. So Cosmos has amazing technology. Look where it's ranked. Look what the market thinks about tech. You are one of the best tech for entrepreneurs and apps. You're ranked 22. Isn't that fantastic? That's what the market thinks of you. You're ranked 22. No one cares. Because you already know this. I already told you. The code is not the asset. It's the community. The community is the asset. There are Link Marines here. That's why I think one day they'll fight for the future. You don't see any Uniswap maxis. They're all like just non-existent governance tokens. So we'll see how this plays out in the future. But that's why you got to focus your time. I've gone through all of these. Right? And like I said, hey, there will be a point in time when you're a baby doll buttercup friend, when the prices, when these diamond, when they're not giving away the diamond for pennies anymore, when it's more fairly valued, I'm like, okay, well, you got to find other things out there. I would still tell you to participate because I think having high certainty, let's say Hex is 40 cents, having high certainty that something's going to go 5x is still better than trying to punt everything else. But I already know most of you won't. I already know that. That's why, okay, a lot of you, I've been telling you, 90% core, 10% lottery. See how much of a luxury that is? If you have 90% core, 10% lottery down here, when Hex gets to 40, 50 cents and Bitcoin's at like 40, 50K, people are going to have, best case, 50% core, 50% lottery. And then at the very tops, where it gets very disgusting, when let's say Hex is $2, this is probably Ethereum 10K, this is probably Bitcoin 100K, you know, mix and match some numbers around there. Unfortunately, and we all know this, barely anyone's going to put in core. It's just going to be 100% lottery. It's going to be 0% core. That's what people are going to come in and do. But you don't have to play this game. We are buying in the depression. You are doing your homework now with me. We're building currency conviction units. We're seeing all the details, the intricacies. We're seeing everyone's slowly come back to crypto. We're seeing macro move every step forward. We're seeing crypto survive. This is our benefit. We don't have to go gamble in these absolute degenerate trash out there because we are in the core. Another way to put it, wouldn't it be mad if you could just like, you put your $1,000 into Bitcoin at $1? You'd be like, oh, I have 1,000 Bitcoin. I never need to buy any other new community ever again. It's the same thing. But we can't go back in time to buy $1 Bitcoin. But you can look at some chains and some coins today and say, hey, are they giving away diamonds for pennies? Because you know our friendship, it'll never go for a penny. Got no price on it. You are my baby doll Buttercup with a straight back. You're going to tell mum and dad that you love them. I'll catch you next time, friends.